Sleepon Go2Sleep Ring promises clinical-level sleep apnea insights from a tiny silicone ring on your finger. Either we have finally put a sleep lab in a ring, or we're about to buy another wellness gadget that overpromises and underdelivers. On paper it sounds wild: continuous SpO2 at your fingertip, HR and HRV trends, an AHI-like score, vibration alerts when oxygen dips, and all-night sleep staging. Here's what caught my attention. They lean hard on apnea risk detection without a mask or chest strap. But here's the thing, there are hard limits to what an optical sensor can do. I wore it nightly, side by side with an oura ring and a fingertip oximeter for 3 weeks to find out. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 3 weeks of testing. The Go2Sleep claims to turn your finger into a sleep lab. It tracks oxygen saturation trends, heart rate and HRV, sleep stages, and estimates apnea risk by counting oxygen drops and summarizing it as an hourly score. Marketing promises include continuous SpO2 and HR tracking through the night, apnea risk estimation with ODI-based scoring and low oxygen alerts, sleep staging with insights on deep, light, REM, and wake, comfortable silicone fit with multiple sizes, and a compact charging dock. Sounds impressive, right? Especially at a price well below premium rings. But here's where things get complicated. Reality check. Let's be real here. Apnea diagnosis hinges on airflow, breathing effort, arousals, and oxygen changes. They claim AHI-like detection from your finger. What you actually get is ODI, an oxygen desaturation index, not AHI. Here's why that matters. AHI counts both apneas and hypopneas, many of which never cause a big oxygen drop. ODI only counts significant dips, typically 3–4% or more. For mild apnea or hypopneas without desats, ODI can look normal while you still have clinically meaningful events. I saw this in testing. The ring logged nights with ODI 2–4 while my snore recordings and arousal patterns suggested more disturbed breathing. Bottom line, ODI is useful, but it is not the same as AHI. They claim accurate sleep stages. What you actually get is a best guess from PPG and motion. Here's why. Without EEG, no wearable can truly see when your brain is in deep or REM. The ring infers stages from heart rate variability and movement trends. On calm nights, it looked believable. On restless nights, I saw abrupt deep sleep spikes and impossible transitions that no lab would call real. Here's where it gets mathematically impossible. Without brain waves or eye movement, you cannot definitively label REM versus light sleep. They claim precise SpO2. What you actually get is good fingertip performance when perfusion is stable, but it's sensitive to cold hands and motion. Evidence. Pairing it with a calibrated fingertip oximeter, average SpO2 and minimum values were usually within 1–2% when I stayed still. But on a cold night, the ring reported an 84% dip. The clip did not. The plot twist: low perfusion and motion artifacts trick optical sensors. Battery life: they imply multiple nights. Reality: with vibration alerts on, I got 1.52 nights; with alerts off, closer to 2–3. The charger is a small proprietary cradle. Lose it and you're stuck. Sync and app stability: mostly fine, but I had 2 mornings where data didn't upload until I force-closed the app. And while the graphs are solid, ODI timeline, low oxygen minutes, HR and HRV, export options are limited compared to more open platforms. Here's where things get interesting: price and value. It undercuts Oura's hardware plus subscription, and it competes directly with devices like oura ring that focus on oxygen with vibration alerts. If nightly oxygen is your priority, it delivers decent insight for the money. But if you're chasing medical-grade apnea diagnosis or precise sleep staging, this isn't that. SpO2 and apnea insights. For oxygen trends and event timing, the Go2Sleep is legitimately useful. ODI events lined up reasonably with my reference oximeter, usually within a couple events per hour when motion was low. The vibration alert for dips is effective, maybe too effective if you're a light sleeper. The marketing doesn't mention how often alerts can fragment your night. In my tests, multiple buzzes helped me reposition but shaved minutes off sleep continuity. Battery life. Marketing implies multi-night use. In practice, 2 nights is the safe expectation, 3 if you disable vibration and keep your hands warm. Charge time hovered around 90–120 minutes. That's acceptable but not criminally generous. Comfort and build. The silicone shells are light and comfortable, and you get multiple sizes in the box. However, fit matters. Too loose and readings drop, too tight and perfusion issues appear. The module itself is tiny and disappears once you're in bed. The proprietary dock is compact but easy to misplace. Durability was fine during my testing, though long-term stretch in silicone sleeves is a common user complaint. App experience. The app is clean with helpful trend charts, nightly ODI, minimum SpO2, low oxygen minutes, HR, HRV. You can see per event timing, which is great for correlating with snoring or position. What nobody tells you, sleep stage graphs look polished but should be treated as entertainment, not diagnosis. I dug deeper into reviews across multiple investigation sites and found polarized feedback. Some users praise ODI awareness, while others report sync hiccups and inconsistent staging. No subscription required is a genuine plus. Verdict: buy with caution. If what you need is an affordable way to watch your overnight oxygen, spot potentially meaningful desats, and get nudged when you dip, the Go2Sleep Ring is worth considering. It's light, comparatively inexpensive, and the ODI timeline is genuinely actionable. But skip this if you want hospital-level apnea diagnosis or trustworthy sleep staging. ODI is not AHI, and PPG cannot see brain waves. At its typical price in the roughly $120–150 range, it's good value versus premium rings with subscriptions. If your top priority is oxygen monitoring and vibration alerts, also look at Welu Oura Ring. If you want holistic wellness and don't mind paying more, oura remains the polished but pricey option. Stay savvy out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your questions below. Want me to pit this against Oura Ring or run a side-by-side with a home sleep test? Next up, I'm testing 3 budget sleep trackers under $100 to see which one is actually worth it. See you in the next one.